True story, I really thought if I didn't show this on camera, people may not actually believe that I have in my possession a plastic pAnDa dunk low for my niece. Collectively, I'm pretty sure none of us expected to see this sneaker right here, this plastic pAnDa on the channel, but it's here. Not for me, for my niece. We all know the backstory behind this. I support her, not this choice, but my auntie duties may or may not have taken precedence, and yeah, this is where we are. But aside from that, I actually also, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that I would land the second campus pair to release this year by Bad Bunny and Adidas for retail, plus up to friends for sending the link. Now, these officially dropped, or maybe unofficially dropped. I'm not sure how I should categorize this, but they dropped on Bad Bunny's actual website. So it wasn't on Confirmed and it wasn't on Adidas. It was on Bad Bunny's website, all sizes. It was a beautiful thing Saturday morning. Now, I'm really glad friends came through giving me the heads up on this. I was actually on my way out of town. That's the reason this video is just now being posted. I was on my way out of town to spend time with family for the day. It was just a quick day trip, but I see the DMs on Instagram and they're like, go now. I go, I'm like, there's no way I'll easily be able to check out. No, I add my true size 6 to cart, do the little CAPTCHA, check out, done, finished. That was it. That was really it. $160 for the shoe, $10 for shipping, $170 total. And wouldn't you know, TJ had $170 picked out in the budget for April to hopefully get this shoe. I had low expectations, guys, though, just low, like in the dumps. Low because I didn't know if they would release on his website, and I didn't have any history on buying items on his website, and Confirmed, just they don't care for me very much. The Adidas website is fine, and I actually picked up 2 items from the Adidas website, somewhat to coordinate with the brand new Moss pair on the way, but then just to have within my closet and wardrobe. So the 3-stripe set. Now it's super funny because of course people will relate this in some way to Jerry because of his the Trinity tattoo on the back of his neck, at the base of his neck, but this is actually a golf hat and it's been in circulation for some time, having no affiliation with Jerry at all. I just want to throw that out there. It comes in 4 colors. There's white, there's gray, there's navy, there's black. So if you're interested, go ahead. I'll be sure to put the link below. I actually got this, I think 20% off, and then there's a women's crop cross tank that was on sale, and we appreciate a good sale, but then also just a really nice crop, and it's an olive tone, and we already know how I feel about olive, which is the reason this Wild Moss pair, it was non-negotiable personally for me, which meant I was well prepared to just bite the bullet and reach back and pay resale, but not something I will have to do because they're on the way. They already shipped. Like they said, hey, by the way, these might not ship until the 29th, but I've already gotten a got shipping notification in relation. I already received that, so I am excited. They're moving right along, and who can't appreciate that as a consumer? The official release date, though, for this colorway of the Bad Bunny and Adidas campus is set for April 29th, and it's a busy week for releases. I wasn't tuned into any of the Jordan releases from this weekend. Not that they weren't good, because the women's wash pink, listen, amazing pair. Just wasn't a pair that I felt I needed, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. And then you had the 13, I believe. So for this week, we know everybody is hyper-focused on Travis, and deservedly so. We get it. That name carries a lot of hype, no matter what, especially with this being the last Jordan 1 low that will drop with him and Jordan brand. But the comments always kill me for Adidas. I'm not sure why people are so irrational in relation to Adidas. I don't get it. But I see it thrown around where would people even be interested in pairs like a campus or a forum if Bad Bunny wasn't attached to it? I don't know how to explain this to you, but all of those are forums and they're not associated with Bad Bunny whatsoever. So the attention, the good attention, I should say, not just attention, but the good attention you think that those statements garner, it's not. It makes me question if you actually understand the history of footwear and Adidas being a staple long before they ever signed on any creatives to their brand to expand their footprint within the footwear industry itself. But yeah, people buy them. I can guarantee you there's a whole cohort of consumers that will buy a campus and it has nothing to do with Bad Bunny. Like zero. absolutely positively nothing to do with him. Is it great that you can support an artist and especially the twist they put on pairs? Yes, 1000%. I love what he does to pairs. You guys know, like, this is one of my favorite pickups, and I imagine Moss will be the same. And it's funny because I actually gave away, I finally sharing this, but I gave away to a friend the olive pair of the Forum Low. I actually didn't wear it enough, and my hope was to replace it with the Bad Bunny Wild Moss. Now, of course, that was a toss-up because I've given that away prior to me having secured this pair. Now that it's all settled, yeah, that was like a really good plan by me. But had it not worked out, I would have had to just, you know, find another olive pair to work into rotation, but not the case. So as soon as I get that in, I'm more so just going to focus on how I choose to wear it. You guys have already seen the backstory for the light pair, and it hasn't changed, but the colorway is phenomenal. We've seen teased to some other colorways, but if that blue ever drops, I'm guessing that's exclusive to Puerto Rico. That may not release elsewhere to the States, and I'm not going to be upset about that. To be able to have this pair and the Moss pair, beautiful. You guys know I love olive, so I have quite a few ideas, and I've said this before in a recent video. Pinterest is a great tool to get an idea of different color combinations, to coordinate, not necessarily match, to coordinate based on color theory and things that simply go well together. So I'll utilize some of the inspiration from Pinterest to put together different looks. I'll mix in some Fear of God, some RLC, you know, essentials, and I think it'll all flow really well together. And that's another thing in relation to Jerry. We have seen some other leaked pairs, and same comments. Would people be interested in these if it had nothing to do with Jerry? Yes, because he's digging into the archives of Adidas themselves. There are people that are strictly focused on only wearing or collecting originals, whether they have Jerry involved or not. So to see the suede added, fan of that. And also the all triple white colorway of his new Fear of God Adidas sneaker. It does it. It does it for me. And I'm trying to not make the mistake I did with the Fear of God ones of, oh, I'll wait, oh, I'll be able to double back, and then you understand that the price goes really high. Now, will these skyrocket like those did? Possibly not. And I am hoping for a lower entry price point versus $350. Let's hope it's more reasonable to the masses. Down closer to $200 would be a really nice change. But again, I don't want to make the mistake I did with the Fear of God one. I passed on picking them up from time to time just because I'm like, oh my goodness, all right. The price does shock you at $350, and then you realize you're likely going to pay more if you have to pay resale once you have to double back. And then he was no longer with Nike, so they would never come out again. So I kind of screwed myself in some ways. And I'm rectifying those choices, and more on that very, very soon. Hopefully you caught that hint. So I'm excited for the Bad Bunny pair to arrive, the 2 items I picked up from Adidas, to see the actual timeline of releases for the Fear of God Adidas collection set to debut to the world. Hollywood Fashion Show, or the Hollywood Bowl Show, still receiving a lot of attention, as it deservedly should. And I appreciate you guys tuning into that video if you did, for my thoughts. This video, if I was able to help you, did I help you secure the Bad Bunny Wild Moss? If so, go ahead and comment below. I put the link out as soon as I possibly could to you guys. I didn't want you to miss out on being able to secure these. Easy retail shipping, that was it. So I did my best to get that out to you. I really hope I was able to help you, help the niece get these. And again, I'm done on auntie duties when it comes to this shoe in particular this year. Really appreciate you guys. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.